The gray whale unusual mortality event that's been going on since 2019 is officially over. Welcome back to Tea of the Sea, and since 2019, the Eastern Pacific gray whale population, which effectively is the entire population of gray whales in the world, has been suffering what is known as an unusual mortality event, or UME. What this means is that the population was seeing a high number of strandings and therefore overall deaths throughout the years than previous years due to more or less unknown reasons. Officially beginning according to NOAA Fisheries on December 17th of 2018, at the time the gray whale population numbered around 25 to 30,000 individuals, and the most recent population census that we got last year indicated that the population had dropped to around 14 to 15,000 individuals, meaning there was at least a 40% drop in the worldwide population. According to NOAA, the UME officially ended on December 31st of 2023, so effectively the last day of last year. And this is really good news. This was a very significant UME. There was a recorded 690 strandings, with 347 of those being in the United States, 316 being in Mexico, and only 27 in Canada. But it is important to note that these are just strandings that were officially recorded. Again, the population lost around 40 to 45% of its entire population, which means there were thousands of strandings that went unrecorded or just didn't actually end up on beaches to be found. According to NOAA's investigative team, the preliminary causes to this UME were environmental changes in the gray whale feeding grounds in the Bering and Chukchi Seas, where localized ecosystems were fluctuating due to a number of factors, including climate change. These localized changes led to malnutrition, illness, and increased mortality in the gray whale population, which is what I was pretty certain that this UME was being caused by. Effectively, the whales were not finding enough food to sustain 30,000 gray whales. But unfortunately, as what happens in these fluctuations in food sources based on the number of animals feeding on those food sources, the gray whale population was unable to sustain itself and quickly plummeted. But there is good news. Last year, there were only a total of 44 gray whale strandings officially recorded throughout the gray whale range, which is awesome, because that means that more whales are finding enough food so they're not starving to death, and calf production has increased in the last few years. The calving season before the UME began, the 2017 to 2018 calving season, saw 950 calves born, which dropped to about 215 or so in 2022. But in 2023, that number rose to around 412. So last calving season, gray whales were able to successfully produce half of what they were producing just before the UME began. There was enough food to sustain 412 calves being born, which is awesome. While it's great that the gray whale population has officially gotten out of the UME, there is a lot of work that they need to do in order to regain their numbers from 5 or 6 years ago. But based on past UMEs, like the 1999 to 2000 UME, they should do pretty well. I believe the last UME in 2000 saw a 25% decrease in the gray whale population, and they very quickly recovered and skyrocketed in numbers to their 25 to 30,000 individuals before this most recent UME. So here's hoping that the gray whales can recover just as quickly and just as efficiently as last time.